Tell, tell us something good, Veronica, and then let's start with how you, as a lender, can help all these agents out there thrive in their industry. Do something to help them out. What do you do to help us out as a lender?
Good morning. My name is Veronica Brajas. I've been in the industry for 25 years, and I have worked with Robert for almost 20 years. So just wanted to say something about me. So the new things that everybody's complaining is about the rates, and that's what everybody talks about. But there's still a lot of business out there. A lot of people are still buying. A lot of people are still selling. I think one of the things that we need to focus is, can the person or the family can actually buy the house, can they afford the house, walking them through the best process instead of just thinking about the rates. Everybody knows in the industry the rates are going to drop in the next, hopefully, a year or 2 years, and then we can refinance them. So we do a lot of creative lending right now. So we're doing a lot of like buy downs for them and putting them in programs that can help them just get in the house with the future that we know we're going to refinance them. So they can still get in the house right now, even though the interest rate, they're a little higher than when we used to, but the rates are actually really good. We still in the fives, on the sixes. The average since I've been in the industry, when I started lending, it was 18% interest rates, and we just got used to the twos in the last 2 years, but the market is still good. So I think that's what needs to refocus. A lot of people, when the rates went up, everybody kind of slowed down. Plus, a lot of people already had made a lot of money, and it made everybody kind of relax. So we do have a lot of programs that a lot of agents or new agents here, they don't know. Even if you new or old agent, what I recommend is come and sit down with somebody on my team, or your lender, your current lender that you're working with, because there's so many new loans out there, and everybody keeps just talking about or reposting what people put in the social media and the down payments assistance and the dream for all. There's more than just for that. Right now, we have a program for FHA borrowers. They are more than down payment assistance. We can do the buy down in-house. We could do a lender and seller buy down cost together. And a lot of people don't even know we have that one. Everybody just thinks it's just a seller buy down. We can do a lender and seller buy down on the FHA loans. We also, in conventional, for first-time buyers, we have a 1% down. So 1%, everybody has 1%. So if somebody's buying a house for 400,000, 500,000, we're only going to ask them for $4,000 down payment. So there's just still a lot of programs out there. Like I said, if you're a new agent or somebody that's been in the business for 20 years, talking to your lenders and getting a one-on-one once a month or every 2 weeks, depends how much time you guys have. And it has to be through Zoom so they can update you to all the new programs available. Not every lender has them. The good thing with us, we're a direct lender, and we also have a correspondent to broker loans. So we do both. So you get both of us with our team. So, and that's one thing that I recommend. And I was been talking to Robert that we only call each other when we have a referral, but we need to call each other when we need to educate each other, because I feel that the clients always call the realtor, and the more you know when you have that client in the phone, because we might not get them in the phone again. I think when the client calls you and the only thing you get is name and phone number, and my lender will call you, you feel like you don't make a connection with that client. But when you're knowledgeable about programs, I'm not saying know everything or the guidelines or anything like that, but if you know basics, like if a client calls you, and a lot of these clients are calling right now what they call I-10s, and you call an I-10 client that has bad credit and has no money down, that client can't buy, but you can put on your CRM. The more you know about the client, just getting a phone number and then give it to the lender. That way, a lot of agents get discouraged, like, oh, I got 20 leads and nothing happened. They were not 20 leads. If you really ask questions, they were just a cold call that you got, but you thought it was a lead. So I think agents, with this market technology, you guys need to be more educated instead of just put a sign outside and hopefully everybody calls you, get a name and phone number. The more knowledge, the more power for you guys. And when you guys have a client on the phone, the more information that you can give them, you will sound more valuable to the client. And when you give them my name or another lender, they're going to answer our calls because you already made that connection with them. And that's very important when that client calls you, that you made that connection. So when the lender call, it's not a call anymore. It's like we already have a relationship. I think that's one of the most important things that we've been dealing with. I don't know what you guys been thinking, but that's the main thing right now with this industry. We were like, I guess, kind of like, we didn't have to try in the last 2 years to get business. Everybody was so busy, our phone was ringing so much, so every call was a lead, and you can get a line of people. Our office did. We had so many people just calling us, and we didn't have to actually work for our leads. But now we have to work for our leads. We have to get educated. We need to know what's out there for our clients. And then I think these calls will help if you guys can answer questions either through this call, or we can do one-on-one, because there's a lot of programs out there. And I always say that you should have at least 1 or 2 lenders, maybe 3, depends on what kind of business you do. And then have basic information when they call you. Like somebody's going to call you, they want an ag loan, and it worth $2 million. You automatically can ask them, do you have money to buy this property? There's no 100%. There's no first-time buyers for that kind of thing. When you have that knowledge up front, I think that will help you to clean your leads, and you don't think that nothing is turning, and you get discouraged with those calls.
Thank you, Veronica. It's very true. We're right now, the industry has shifted to where we have to nurture. We have to nurture those leads. You will get a lead once in a while that says, Robert, Veronica, everybody, I need to buy a house now. Either I'm getting divorced, somebody passed away, something traumatic happened, and we have to go. But a lot of the leads we're getting right now, you have to nurture them. If you don't know how to nurture them, they're not going to be as loyal because they're just looking around. If they call, I have a client today, if they call Miguel tomorrow, Miguel finds them that perfect home, they're going to go with Miguel because I haven't nurtured them enough to where they're going to stay in my backyard. They're going to stay in my pocket. You have to really be diligent with that. Here's something important, guys, with what we're talking about today is leveraging the relationships with our affiliates. As real estate professionals, sometimes we don't stop to think how, our client, like, let's say, for example, my client, Mr. Ramiro, came to me, right? Ramiro needs a lender. Who is he going to get as a lender if he's working with me? My lender, right? Ramiro's going to need to go with the title company. Who's that title company? The title company that I choose with the other agent. Who's he going to use for all these services? The insurance companies. So let's lean on these affiliates for business. Don't be afraid to ask your lender, hey, Mr. Lender, Ms. Lender, I've been working you for a while. Can I see a lead? Right? Your insurance company, hey, can I get some business from you? Lean on them and ask them for that business, because if you're sending all this stuff to them, there should be something sending stuff to you as well. It's important to leverage these relationships. And if you don't say anything, shame on you, because you're the one that's putting yourself out there. And it's one of those things where online real estate agents are always, I sold this, I sold that, I can help you this, I can help you do that. The lenders do share information, but they're a little bit different. It's almost like we're the ones attracting those the business, and we need to get that business get recognized as to where I'm sending her business. Hey, I need a referral once in a while too.
Yeah, and it's very important to have a CRM. Like I said, when I started in my first 5 years in the industry, I didn't have one. So but everything has changed. So we have a CRM, we know exactly where the lead came from. So if Robert sends me a client today and we close it, and Mr. Ramirez sends me a client in 6 months to a year, and they came from the lead that Robert sent me, I'm going to get that lead and send it back to them. So we have a CRM that we track every client where it came from. So if that client ends up sending another client, we have to make sure we give it back to you guys. And our company, our office, we give the clients back to the realtors that send them. We don't switch them. That's what we have. It's very important. Even if you get your own CRM, I recommend that you get one through your companies because you guys tended to move a lot. And if you have your own CRM that you can plug in and go anywhere you go, it's easier because a lot of realtors tended to move more than the lenders. So we always encourage to have a CRM. There's a lot of CRMs out there. They actually integrate with the lenders that we can communicate. The lead comes in, you guys put notes for us, we go in there and we move the client together through your CRM, but we also have our own CRM that we activate all the time. So, and we do have our own leads that we give back to our realtors, and Robert knows knows that for every client, a lot of people say, well, lenders don't send us a lot of business, but it's actually sometimes lenders, we send more business than you guys send us because we have to clean the leads. And when we give you a lead, it's ready to go purchase a home because we're done all the work. So you can send us 10 clients today and maybe one get pre-qualified. If we send you one client, it's already pre-qualified, ready to make an offer. So a lot of agents don't measure those leads that way. They say, well, I send you like 20 leads this month, but only one is good. When we send you 2 leads, our ratios are higher than you guys. But a lot of people don't see it that way. That's why it's very important when you guys have a lot of knowledge to clean your own leads and know where to send them. Because I have a client last week, they actually end up buying with a different realtor, not the first one they send them, because the realtor didn't have the knowledge of the client needs or where what he wanted to buy or what he wanted to buy. So he keeps sending it to different lenders instead of asking the right questions and could have just send them here. So the client ended up here through another realtor, and I ended up buying with the first realtor. They sent them to 3 different lenders. And so sometimes when you know more about the client, you know exactly where to send that client. I think the client will have more experience, and there will be a higher percentage that they will not going to switch you or go with somebody in the sign or go to an open house or go to a subdivision with new construction. So when you understand the client and you ask the right questions, and like I said, anyone in this call, we can do a one-on-one. You guys can come to our office. We can do it through here. We can walk you through all the services that we provide. Another thing that we do through our clients, we always do a soft pull credit. The way nobody's calling, a million people are calling them, and then the people say, you give my information to all these people. Everybody hears about trigger leads. No? Okay, so every time a lender credit, there's all these other lenders buying that data. And when I put that credit, all these people are calling them, and it makes them nervous. It makes them don't want to buy. They think we're doing something wrong. Some people get so scared. So we always pull a soft pull. So that means nobody's going to call our client. And it's actually a soft pull. They give us all the information. We can even run DU, get it for an underwriting with that. And we don't pull we don't put an extra credit report until we're almost ready to close, or the contract's a 15-day close. So we protect your clients that way, and we don't have all kinds of people calling them. Because right now, if somebody pulls the credit, you bet 100 people are calling them right now. So that's another way that we protect your guys' clients.
Yeah, so the biggest thing, guys, is nurturing your clients. Nurture them and stay in front of them. Ask questions and find out what it is that their needs are. Thank you for that, Veronica. Use your affiliates. I don't mean like use them and abuse them, but lean into them, ask them questions, and really get to build a relationship with them, so you know that your clients are very well taken care of. Another affiliate that we have in our industry, and there's a lot of affiliates, guys, that besides who's here today, is your home warranty. I use Old Republic Home Warranty, and I'm going to share a little clip. Ellen Peterson is not available to be with us. She has jury duty today, but I'm going to share a clip. We'll talk about it here briefly. Can you guys see Ellen right now?
Yes.
Hello, my name is Ellen Peterson, and I am with Old Republic Home Protection and have been for 30 years. This is a great company that I work for. To help you out, one of the things that we do is after the close of escrow, when your clients have claims with us, so their water heater goes out, their air conditioning, stove, anything that's an appliance or system, you are going to get an email from us telling you what we did to help out your clients. And then at that point, of course, the idea is that you call your clients with a warm follow-up to just check on them and say, great, I see you use that home warranty and wanted to see how it's going in your new home. Or just to follow up and let them know if you did buy the home warranty for them, you're happy they're using your gift. That's one of the things, and it's a big deal. The other thing that we do is you'll get anniversary cards from us. You get congratulations cards right when it closes, and the idea with that is that you forward them to your clients to congratulate them or to say happy anniversary, and you don't have to do anything else but close the escrow and make sure you have Old Republic Home Protection and me on that property. My cell phone number is 209-969-9512, and I would be happy to talk to any of you, answer questions, sit down with you, or go over all the details on how else I can help you in marketing and getting more business. Thank you very much. And again, I'm Ellen Peterson with Old Republic Home Protection.
All right, guys, not sure if you guys use Old Republic home warranties, but they used to send a physical postcard to your office, and all you do is put a stamp on it and send it off to your clients, and it just gave it a little more of that touch to keep in front of your database. Miguel, who do you use for home warranty?
I use Ellen. I've been using her for years. So
And you get that she sends you that information, right?
Yeah, I get it.
And it's great to stay in front of your clients. Like my sister bought a home, and I think their ceiling fan or something went out, and I get the email says, hey, you know, your client, whatever, we helped them save like $300, $400, $500, and it just adds value to what you're doing. And these are the affiliate relationships that we're talking about, guys, where you can really give your client value with what you're doing. All right. Next up, we have another affiliate in the insurance industry, and she sent me her little bio. Ahorita lo voy a leer. It's Teresa. She does insurance. Let's see. She graduated in business administration, concentrated in finance and HR. So her passion is helping people and duplicating money. She's experienced in networking and connected over 7 years. She's an insurance broker for over 2 years. She's going to share a little bit of what she's doing and how she's able to help us agents leverage the relationship we have with insurance and how we grow some more money. So Teresa, you have a few minutes. Go ahead and share what all kinds of nuggets you got for us.
Thank you, Roberto. First of all, thank you so much for the opportunity having me on here with you guys today. I mean, I'm not in the real estate or lending or home warranty industries, and I'm learning a whole lot, right? Like, I've been a homeowner twice. My first home, I bought it when I was 18 years old. You know, I was able to sell it for a profit, buy a bigger home, and then I divorced, right? So I had to sell that home to be like done with everything under both of our names. Like, a lot of people get to go through that stuff, right? So thank you so much. To all of you, Veronica, and even though Ellen is not on, I appreciate all of that information from you guys. So like you were saying, Roberto, I am an insurance broker. I've been with PHP Agency for over 2 years. I'm going on 3 years now with them. And the reason that I ended up with them was because as I've been in business for over 10 years myself, I've come from the trucking industry, nothing to do with any of this, right? But I realized that I didn't have any type of retirement plan for myself. So I was like, hey, what can I do? Like, what do I look up, right? Then I just kind of realized that a lot of people don't give us information. Even when I was a homeowner back in the day at 18 years old, nobody told me about life insurance, right? Nobody said, hey, look, you're going to get mailers that are offering you to protect your home for the 30 years that you might have the home, that you might refinance the home for, right? I had no idea. Like, nobody took the time to teach me that. And now that I'm in this industry, because I found it through looking for a retirement plan for myself as a business owner, I was mind blown with the information that we have here. So it's our passion in our office, which is located in Modesto, to help other business owners, whether they are in lending and home warranties and a real estate agent, or they do taxes, they PNC. There's so many different people that we actually build relationships with. So I'm going to share my screen here with you guys. I do have a little bit of information that I want to share with you guys today. I'm a visual person, so I was like, Robert, can I do some slides? And he's like, go for it. So you guys are able to see my screen, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay, awesome. Thank you, guys. So affiliate partnerships, like I mentioned earlier, for those of you that got on the call early today, I really do believe that future of success is in collaboration, right? Because if we collaborate with one another, like Veronica was saying, like, again, I learned a lot from Veronica. I was writing down about leads, about the CRM, having your own CRMs, guys. Like, if you guys are in whatever real estate company or whatever lending company you're with, if you're keeping a good and clean list of those leads that are coming in that already have a good relationship with you guys, that's your book of business, right? So that's the people that you have either done business with or almost did business with, but you build a relationship with, right? For whatever reason, you were not able to help them at that time. But those are your contacts. Those are your free leads in a way, unless you paid for them earlier, right? That actually allow you to build a further relationship with them, right? So the way that I've been working with Roberto here is, because again, EXP allows you guys to actually be able to, partner up and have other affiliates, is by helping people get their insurance, their term policies. That's essentially what it is, right? To be able to protect that home. So I'm going to tell you guys a little bit of a story, and that's my contact information and my Instagram. If you guys want to follow, if you guys want to text me for more information after I'm done today. But basically, you guys, like I said, you guys have your current book of business, right? A lot of you guys could be or might not be familiar with what residual income means, right? So it's kind of like, getting paid every anniversary of after a sale, like for the sale that you did, like, 1 year, 2 years, 3 years ago, right? So Roberto made sense. He's like, hey, look, in my industry, like, we make a sale and the probability of me selling more than one home to a client actually diminishes, right? But I told him, hey, look, in the insurance world, the probability of you selling more than one insurance policy to a client actually is unlimited, right? Because you can actually go in there and insure the family, insure their beneficiaries, insure other people, right? And then by default, you start creating a residual book of business, right? So you could do a whole lot more with what you're already doing right now just by adding insurance into the services that you do provide, right? So where do I come in? Where do I come in the relationship with you guys, right? So let's say you close a deal, right? So during the sale, you create a relationship with the clients and their family. So again, it doesn't matter what role you play or what role you serve, for all of you guys here today. And these clients are going to start receiving mailers. We heard that from Ellen. They start getting mailers, and you heard that from Roberto. Like, you guys send out little flyers and things for them to actually get the home warranty, or you gift it to them, or whatever the case might be. But they start receiving these mailers suggesting, hey, look, you need to do this. You're a new homeowner. Welcome to the neighborhood. Here's a free pizza. Here's this, right? They start receiving all of these things because, like Veronica was saying earlier, there's something that triggers those leads, right? So it actually makes it to where these other people are able to get business from that. So if you guys can come in on a personal level after building that relationship and tell them, hey, look, I would love for you to keep this home, right? You guys are able to actually make additional income, add to your commissions, and then create an unlimited pool of, commissions as well. So when they're new, the other agencies get their info as leads. I'm just reading this right here to make sure I didn't forget. So in reality, what they're offering them when it's the insurance or the mortgage protection or whatever words they might call it, they're actually 30-year terms on your independent clients, right? So imagine getting paid, like I said, a percentage every year after closing on a home, a sale, a loan, etc., right? By affiliating with our insurance agency, like Roberto has done, you could build residual income. So I'm going to give you an example here. There used to be a picture of a girl here, and I wanted to name her Smart Woman, but I don't know why it didn't come up. So you have two options to affiliate with somebody like myself, right? So you can either be a referral agent, which means that you just send me the client, right? Hey, you build that relationship. I teach you the conversation to have with them. And then you're going to send us that client, right? And you're going to get half the commission. So I'm going to give you an example of how we get paid. Let's say the client is paying $100 a month. We get paid a year in advance. That is $1,200, right? But at a 50% contract level by our affiliate partnership, right? You get paid $600. I get paid $600, but I have to share that with you because you referred the client to me. We have internal CRM, which means that you will have access to a portal that you can actually see all the clients that we are servicing on your behalf. So you can see the commissions that are coming in, right? So you get half of that if you decide to be a referral agent. If you decide to be the submitting agent, I promise you it doesn't take more than a couple of hours for you to learn how to quote the client, for you to learn how to submit the policy. If you want to be the submitting agent, you can actually get 100% of that commission, which is like $600 for the one client, right? So you're going to say like, okay, well, show me how it could actually lead to more. So let's talk about today's reality. And I kind of want to go fast because I know I don't want to go over my time. But today's reality is you guys got the family in their home, right? Great. Everybody's happy. They're enjoying it. They might be first-time home buyers, second-time home buyers, investors, whatever the case might be, right? But things happen, guys. There's certain situations where, you know, people going through car accidents, into illnesses or injuries and different things that can happen, right? And unfortunately, the most common reality that we see today is that, well, not so much right now, like husband and wife both work, but they depend on each other's income. Like right now, it's not to a point where you can have one working, you know, spouse and then have enough money, right? Unless they're in a great industry or in a great time of their career, but they lose their home, right? So now, like in this scenario, if they lost the dad, the main breadwinner, they actually get to lose that home, right? So and the kids don't have a dad, they don't have a home now, their life is shifting, they don't have the money, they had to start a GoFundMe account, right? And that was a home that you sold to them, right? Like if I was in those shoes, I would actually much prefer to change the reality, right? And you know, and feel much better. So if they can actually keep the home, what could I do in my role in this industry that I'm at to make sure that they get to keep that house, right? So let's repaint this picture. So the family bought their home, right? And then they started, you made a call. You had them make a call to me, or you decided to take care of them, right? So that happens. Like, again, we can't stop life. You know, there's two things that are for sure in this life, which are death and taxes, right? So the number one thing is like the death, right? How can we actually make sure that they get protected through that? But I did want to make one more point too, as well. As you save their home, because when the client passes away, they got an insurance policy with you, the family is able to keep their home, right? They have some money to pay for the funeral expenses, they pay off their debts, they pay off their home, and mom is able to focus on taking care of her babies, right? So they get to do that. And that's one of the cases that Roberto actually was able to help a family like that, right? It feels good. It feels really, really good to be able to make sure that that family has a happy ending, right? But not only that, that's an old kind of life insurance that protects your clients if they pass away. Today, if they actually get a terminal, chronic, or critical illness, or even end up in a critical injury, because science and medicine, like people are actually surviving the craziest accidents, right? Sometimes you see a car that ended up like, I don't know how, and the person survived, right? So if that happens and they end up in a coma or a paralysis or whatever the case might be, they actually can accelerate a part of their life insurance policy while they're still alive. So no matter what, you're helping them in every situation, okay? So, you know, by you actually doing that for families, you guys are going to get to call the beneficiaries, tell them, hey, look, this is what my client got. You're creating yourself free leads. You guys don't have to worry about, oh, I'm going to pay for these leads. Where are they going to come from? They're actually warm market leads because that's who they know, right? So then by default, your book of business start growing in the insurance industry, and that residual keeps growing and growing for you, right? So I'm going to show you like a real case scenario when I'm able to partner up. Like we have partners all over the country, because this business, you can actually expand your insurance license to the entire country, including Puerto Rico too. So if you activate that license in other states, you're actually able to help other family members that you just saw. Hey, they just bought a home. Congratulations. Let me help you protect that. Let me help you make sure that you can keep the home. It doesn't matter what state they're in. So let's just say you walk into the home, or you walk with that family, you're talking to that family, you're going to insure the husband, you're going to insure the wife, you're going to insure the children, because you're going to sell them the value on having life insurance independently, right? And then let's just say that they do have that family, 2 kids, husband and wife, you're making at least $1,800, which you're going to be like, well, not that much of a deal, right? However, once again, it's residual. You're going to get paid a small 3 to 5% every single anniversary after the sale of these policies. And then also, just by having a conversation that I will teach you how to have, let's say the husband actually just left the job because they got fired, they got laid off, or they just decided to upgrade their job right after they bought the home, because we all know they can't do that while they're doing in the process, right? So after they leave that job, they have $250,000 in a 401k. Everybody in a 401k right now is losing money, and that's my hottest service right now. People losing money in their 401ks and their IRAs, you know, Roth IRAs, whatever the case might be. That's alphabet soup title, by the way. These are all the same plans. So if that person is like, hey, look, you know, Roberto, like I'm actually losing money in my 401k. What could I do about it? Hey, let me connect you with Teresa. She's going to be able to help you out with that. Like I know she does those kinds of services. So a $250,000 rollover at a 50% contract level can make you a commission of $8,000. And guess what? Again, it leads to referrals because you help them out, you know, protect their money. So in total, you can actually essentially make about $10,000 in a family, just with the family. I haven't even touched on the subject of what can it lead to if we get into the actual beneficiaries as well, right? So I just wanted to share with you guys again, my agency name is called PHP Agency, People Helping People. I take that very seriously. You know, our company and our agents are, you know, high morals, values, and principles. We don't cheat, we don't lie, we don't steal. We actually help each other, we support each other, And there's no like, you know, negative competitiveness or whatever the case might be, because we're all in this together, right? So these are some of the partners that we actually work with, the top in the country, and we're able to service with a lot of different you know, services. So here's a list of all the things that I could do. And by you affiliating with us, you can slowly but surely, as your times like are slow, as you have a little bit of free time, or you're an extra hustler like myself and you want to learn about more of these things, you're able to do that as well. Right. So that's the back of my business card, by the way. I always provide that so people can follow me on my social media and they can actually go and see the services that I do provide. So it does, like I mentioned, the license a couple of times. The license is under $600. So if you guys want more information, you guys can text me. And actually in Modesto today, I am having a presentation, which is called the Business Opportunity Meeting at 7 p.m. in our office. So if you're available, just go check it out. Text me for a spot so I can save a spot for you. And then Roberto is affiliated with us as well. So you guys are going to have his support and you guys would have my support as well. Right. So with that being said, I don't want to take a lot of the time, like I mentioned, but I hope you guys got to learn a little bit about how you can leverage your current book of business and your future book of business and create some residual income. Okay. So I take a lot of pride in who we represent. A lot of you might recognize the name Patrick Bet-David. That's my CEO. And I really do believe that he has a lot of value in the company. We're the fastest growing in the country, and we're officially the ones that have the highest percentage of new licensed agents in the industry, not the country, not our company, the industry. So I take a lot of pride in that. So if you guys would like to text me, I would be happy to connect you guys with more information. Thank you so much, Roberto.
Thank you, Teresa. Thank you very much. Yeah, there's a lot of families that go through a lot of hardship when they lose a family member, especially when it's a breadwinner. So thank you, Teresa. Well, let's go on to the next one really, really quick. If there's any questions, we'll come back around. I don't know if we have my good friend Sal Sandoval. Are you in here, Sal? I see a lot of people. I don't know if I see him or not. Oh, there he is. Right
Sure,
there.
I'm here. Yeah.
Sorry. All right. So Sal Sandoval, he is a longtime friend. We're actually neighbors almost, right? We live across the park from one another, and that's not the only reason I do business with him. This guy's a hustler. He's a go-getter. He's going to show us how we can leverage the relationship we have with our title company. So Sal, we're going to have you talk here a little bit. I don't know if you have anything ready. Before you say anything, Sal, let me introduce somebody else. Rosalia Robledo. She's also a longtime friend, and she's going to talk a little bit of what she does. She's actually an escrow officer. So Rosalia, you want to talk a little bit of what you guys do, how you guys help us with your services, please?
Hello, everybody. Good morning.
Good morning.
I am the escrow officer, so I'm not on the sales side of things, but what I like to offer is just availability, knowledge. I'm here if you have questions. I think it's important. I know we're dealing with a lot of buyers. Listings are a little scarce, but you know, be knowledgeable about the properties that you're looking at, right? We all have Mello-Roos problems. We all have flood insurance problems. And you just want to make sure that you know what property you're offering on and that your buyer is 100% aware of the situation, so that once you're in contract, you don't have things like that coming up. I think insurance is really important. Give your buyer some time to shop around insurance. I know most lenders take care of that part, but I don't know at what process, but there's some time you've got to give that buyer to shop around. You never know where they can get the best rate. I'm big on vesting, for buyers vesting. I know that's our job. We don't determine vesting though. Everybody's so used to joint tenancy. There's community property. There's community property with right of survivorship. There is a difference. You want to have that information available to your buyer. Trust, family trust. I always encourage buyers to create family trusts eventually. But as soon as you have real estate in your portfolio, you really should have a living trust to protect that asset. Everybody wants to add their kids to title, and that's probably the last thing that you want to do. So I'm here. I'm just available if you have questions, if your buyer has questions, if your seller has questions, if you're looking at listings, if you're door knocking, if you're walking farms, you want to know what that property is, what's against it, who's on it. always order your document copies. The profile is not always going to give you all of the information that you need. So you want to look at that deed. You want to make sure you're dealing with the right people. There's also, you know, more than one loan against properties that sometimes come up. A lot of sellers were doing modifications. There's a lot of second deeds of trust recorded that they're not really aware of. And that can almost, you know, hinder your transaction. So I'm not on the sales side. I don't do a lot of marketing. I order profiles the same way. When I order profiles for you, I will always order the document copies with it because I think it's super important. But I'm just here. If you have questions, if you, your buyer has questions, if you need to look something up, I can only offer my availability, my knowledge. I've been in escrow 20 years now, started right out of high school. It's my career, it's my life, I love it. So I do it with joy.
Thank you, Rosalia. Thank you very much. So
Have
now
a great day.
Sal is on the sales side of it, and he's going to give us a little bit deeper look into how title companies are is going to be one of your biggest affiliates that are going to help you dive deep into how you can actually build a farm and find those clients that are ready to go, that you want to be you know, hounding for that business. And you might not want to hound them, but stay on top of them. So Sal, take it away. I'm not a hounder either.
Hey, good morning, and thank you so much for the opportunity, Roberto. As Roberto said, we've been friends for a long time, 20 plus years. One of the ways that that I love to help my realtor and lender friends is certainly by creating a relationship that's based on trust. Okay, first of all, okay, I know we talk about all the different title tools and different marketing tools and everything, and all the title companies, you know, we all have our special tools that we like to offer. But let's not forget that the main thing that you want to do is you want to build a relationship with your title rep that is based on trust, okay? Knowing that if you call them on the weekends, you call them in the evening, and you need a property profile, you need a net sheet, whatever, or you need some, you know, maybe meet up and have a pep talk about, you know, marketing ideas. We do all that kind of stuff. And another primary part of my job that I cannot forget is, you know, we are in the business of pairing people. You know, like my job, I love this part of my job, and that I get to take realtors and lenders and pair them with great escrow officers. Okay, like Rosalie, I'm sure she's got a great rep that takes great pride in figuring out who she's going to work with the best, right? And so, like, there's so many different characters in this business. Like I say, I've been in it a long time, and I love what I do. We have great tools. I think all the title companies have great tools. And I don't know if you mentioned this, but I just started with WFG Title, and I'm very excited about some of the new and upcoming things that I'm going to be able to offer. And because I'm kind of in the transition right now, I'm kind of going to hold off on talking specifically about some of these tools, but I can be reached. If you call me, you can call my cell phone at 209-639-3033. And I'd be happy to get more in detail on what some of those items are.
Sal, in general, what is it that you offer? We can do like a farm, right? If somebody wanted to farm a specific area, look for a specific type of lead client, right?
Yeah, we have this certain tool called Title Flex right now that is amazing. It is able to pinpoint exactly what you're looking for in whatever area. You're able to look up properties anywhere in the United States, including Hawaii and Alaska. You're able to do just a ton of different things, 237 different filters that are used to identify different properties, like I say, anywhere in the United States. So, and you know, like I was saying earlier, I've been in this industry for going on 20 years, and so we've seen a lot of different marketing ideas, you know. And so, so what I like to do is, you know, talk about that sometimes.
Yeah, I'm talking to Sal here almost on a weekly basis, You can buy leads if you wanted to, and that's when you get to more of a like a granular level where you're filtering out a lot of stuff. You want to get leads where you want to get phone numbers and emails. You start paying for that, or you can go really broad and just get a list of all kinds of stuff, and you have to kind of sift through them and filter
Yeah, you
out.
know, there are tons and tons and tons of online tools where you can purchase leads. Okay, I mean, they're all over the place. Some of the products that we offer have that as well. Like you can subscribe to a monthly thing and buy leads, okay? But everything that our title company does as far as marketing and property profiles and things of that nature, they're all free, okay? Everything that we do has to be free to our realtors and lenders. Okay, one of the things that we have on, I know that Roberto wants me to talk about this, but we have what's called a hot movers list. A hot movers list can be provided to you in any town or around any address, up to 25 addresses at a time. And it would consist of a list of what we call hot movers, and that is based on a 27 filter algorithm that the system will use to determine who is most likely to move in that area. And so if you want to learn more about that, just like I say, give me a call.
Call Sal, call me, guys. It's really important to leverage these relationships that you have. And it's not just the people that we have on here. It's not just the Veronicas, the lenders, or Teresa Insurance, or you know, your title companies. You have lawyers. I try to get a lawyer on here, but they're always busy trying to, you know, win cases and whatnot. You have your home inspectors. You have a lot of different people out there in the industry that leverage those relationships. Like I said, ask for the business. Try to get them to really grow your business as well. Guys, before we wrap this up, I know it's almost 10 o'clock. There's a couple things coming up I wanted to mention before we leave. First, thank everybody for the time to share that information. And remember, as agents, we run the industry. We take those clients and we direct them to the title companies, to the lenders. So don't forget that we're the ones that are directing traffic. This weekend is a graffiti weekend in Modesto. There's going to be a lot of people here. My office sits on McHenry. If anybody wants to come out here and have a good time, or take advantage, if you guys have friends that are going to be here, bring some flyers, bring your business cards. Let's work. I know that the market kind of shifted a little bit, and we need to hustle. We need to move our cards. Somebody told me once that I can have as many cards, like all my cards right here, they're not worth anything if they're in my pocket. I want them to be in my clients' pockets. That's when they're worth money. Here, they're just trash. I can have them here all day and they're not worth anything. So let's get these out in front of our clients. The other one is we want to do these masterminds in person. We're going to do them maybe every 6 to 8 weeks. We're going to do them in person. So I'll announce when we're going to do them in person, and it's going to be a hybrid. If you can't make it into where we're going to do them, we'll do them on Zoom as well. And then the last one, next week, we're going to talk about how to do co-marketing. And co-marketing, you can do it with just about anybody. So I want you guys, our homework to when we leave today is for next week. Bring a list of, and it doesn't have to be a list, but think about at least 2 or 3 different businesses that you can co-market with realistically. Like, for example, if there's a restaurant, a handyman, I know there's agents that have partners that own their own business, right? Like a contractor, air conditioning, plumbing. Those are ideal situations to do co-marketing with. So next week we're going to talk about how to leverage the co-marketing part. For example, if I'm dumping $20 in marketing every week and my partner is dumping $20 on their side, let's put it together and we're going to do it a lot more efficiently. We can hire somebody and cover more ground. So if anybody has any questions, anything they want to add before we leave, right now's the time. Everybody's muted, so just in case you guys want to be talking, you can't hear anybody. Everybody's muted. Miguel, anybody else? Fernando, thanks for joining, man. Good to see you on the call as well.
Yeah, if anybody needs any information about a deal that you guys have or any of the new programs, or you guys want to just do a one-on-one, talk about lending, what's new out there, what new innovations are we doing? It's more than an FHA conventional and a VA loan. There's so much out there. There's so much business. Most of the business that we're doing right now, they're non-traditional loans. So we're doing a lot of, I would call it a lot of kind of construction loans. We have to put it together. A lot of non-traditional buyers right now. We're used to typical to the people that just have FHA, first time buyer. Those are not our number one clients right now. So if you not tying into those new buyers that are buying right now, let us set our call. If I can help you with anything, just let me know. I can share my information here in the chat, but I'm open. And if I can help you grow your business, just let me know.
Yeah, guys, the industry shifted a little bit right now. Don't be afraid to reach out to agents that have more experience than you. I'd love to share what I have. That's why we're doing these calls. Your lenders want to help out. Title wants to help out. Everybody's out there to help out right now. I know there's agents on here that have tons of experience, and it's not that we're teaching them anything. It's just helping each other out. That's what it's about. So guys, thank you for being here. Anything anybody else wants to add before we send us out to hustle? Like I said, I want you guys to really think about the co-marketing, because we do have to do, I want to say, if you invest about 10% of what you're making back into your business, it's going to help you keep that momentum. A lot of agents don't invest, and a lot of times we're proud to say that I'm doing this organically without spending a dime, which is not bad. But if you were to invest just a little bit more in your business, you'd be surprised what kind of results you get, because that's going to take you to another level. You're going to hit other platforms where you might not have seen anything happen before. And what that does, it helps your organic part double the amount of traffic you get, and it adds credibility. So think about that. You don't have to do it, but think about it, and we'll talk about it next week. I have remember, create a joint tenancy for your single buyers. Avoid probate. Yes, probate's not good to do, guys. I have a couple right now that they both passed away like a year apart, and I have 4 kids. They're under 19 in a house. They don't know what to do. It sucks, and that's what we're here for, to help out now. But all right, guys, entonces remember that, and we're going to be bringing a lot more information. This is about agents growing their business, and affiliates are here to help us out. All right, we'll see you guys next week, man. Thank you, Miguel, Veronica, Juan, Leo, Mike, everybody. Thanks for joining. Guadalupe, Teresa, thanks for the information. Vika, I'll be calling you soon. Alicia, thank you. Rick, we'll see you guys. Take care. Make it a productive week.
Thank you.